Welcome back, my fellow duplicates, to Oxygen Not Included. Today I've got some more Mirror Madness for you. So, last time we were able to set up this little Draco Ranch and we got him up and running. However, we got a little bit of work to do inside of there so that we can get a little hydrogen inside of here, start building up some reed fiber, and eventually evolve those guys into plastic Dracos and get our hands on some plastic. Speaking of plastic, we got to get ourselves down here to the bottom of the base. I'm guessing there's probably going to be oil down there somewhere, and make use of that. So to do that, last time we built up this exosuit forge, and look at that. We now have a little Atmo suit right there. Speaking of clothing, we can go ahead and put a little Atmo suit right there just to store it up. And if we get some looms and whatnot, then we can go ahead and start to make use of that. There were some questions probably asking about why I don't have reed fibers. The reason is this map does not actually have any of those, well, reed fibers plants. So I don't have any thimble reeds on this map, making it kind of challenging to get that started. I didn't notice that right off the bat. So what I gotta do is figure out where my dupes are likely to go so that I can put them inside of the Atmo suit at the right spot. So I installed a new mod from A Squared here called Traffic Overlay, or it's Traffic Visualizer is the actual name of the mod, but it gives you a traffic overlay, and here we can see where all the dupes are running. Interesting. Interesting. I have a lot of traffic right here, which makes sense because that's where they go down a lot, because mostly they're going over here to sweep things up currently. But it does show that if I was to put in a fire pole over here, that would probably help this area out. And poor Sweepy's like, man, you just keep making a mess. Fair enough, fair enough. I don't even know where this gas pipe's coming. What is this gas pipe? Oh, it's piped oxygen. That makes sense. So I gotta work on this spot right here, figure out how to get my dupes from one spot to another. And I think what I can do here is actually just get these fish out of the way. So you know what, if I take this guy and I move it up just a little bit, and then I knock this down just a tad bit, then that should be able to look inside of there, which clears out the fish eggs over time, and moves them over here where they should be okay. That's a shine nymph egg. Game, what are you doing? Auto sweeper. Auto sweeper. That's your job. Oh, I said it's a sweep only. I got it. And therefore you stopped doing that. Well, there you go. Now you got it. But now my dupes are running all over the place. Ah! I'm gonna have to rework that one. Oh, never mind. So what I gotta do there is just uncheck allow manual use, and okay, now we're good. All right, over here on the modded side, we've got some things going on. Continuing to dig up like this, and my super dupes over here, with the goal of getting up a little bit higher into the base, about like what we have over here on the right. Except for they're going to have to deal with the same sort of problem where we have all of this water. But luckily, my modded dupes over here have a different tool that we can make use of. And this is a drain. That's right. Doesn't take any power at all. It just takes in 100 grams of water at a time. So if we put 10 of them down here, we can actually take all of this water, just take care of it. And since we have this bottle filler right there, we could just take all the water out of here, whoop, and put it right down there. Bloop. Sound effects included too. It's the weekend, and I've been working like crazy. But I'll have you know, I pretty much got my website done. Okay, so I think a fair location for something like an Atmo suit just to get down here lower in the base is probably going to be in this spot right here. That way you could get to it by going from here, or you can get to it from over here. And it's low enough into the base to where it actually matters, right? So if I take this little thing, we flip it to the side, and then we throw some ladders down like so, then we can get down here quickly. Hey, this thing's up and running, so now I can conveyor load all of the stuff that's in this area. So the granite, and more importantly, the mealwood up here. Then eventually, my dupes will come on over here and knock this wall down. For some odd reason, they're not. Not allow, oh, okay. Oh, this door. There we go, that'll bring in just a little bit of hydrogen. I'll need more hydrogen though. But that's fine, because I actually need to make hydrogen, and we'll do that using the electrolyzer here. Which is good because I'm also going to need to pipe some oxygen down here. Speaking of oxygen, how are we doing? Ooh, we don't have too much over here on the left. We got plenty of it on the right though. Super Meep, how did you manage to get stuck here? here. You're stuck on nothing, Meep. Meep. Now, I do have some more Drecos. They found their way over here. So I could find those guys real quick and bring them over if I need them. Matter of fact, that might be a good idea. They do have some hydrogen up there. Let's see, I was able to bring in some more. I closed this up. That gave me just a little bit more hydrogen. Hey, go up in the hydrogen, dude. Alright, so now we'll throw in our little checkpoint right here with a couple of docks next to it. There we go. Don't really need that many, but there you go. Then, of course, we're going to need a little bit of power for that. Let's see here. Should have enough power. Yeah, I'll just extend that. Ended up with some salt water in the pipes down here, and that caused these plants to kind of back up. So now I have to go through and empty the storage on them. There we go. Now that's good. Alright, so I'm going to set up the rock crusher here. Eggshell into lime. There we go. Now we're bringing all sorts of eggshells over here. Perfect. Alright, so over here on the modded side, I'm going to go in here and just build up some little bit of scaffolding. Just like this, so that we can dig up all of this stuff here. Here, that'll work. So what I can do is just kind of dig over here like this, then build up kind of a ladder in certain spots. And dig out all of this area so that it all funnels down onto those drains right there. Alright, so where to do the whole oxygen thing? I'm looking at this spot right here. This seems like a good spot for it. It's near the water, which is good. It's near this, where I need the suit to go. Ada's already trying it out. How you doing, Ada? How'd you... It's been a little while since I made one of these self-powering electrolyzer things. Come on, let's go ahead and give it a shot here. Dun 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 dun. Actually, should fit in pretty good right there. It's not going to be the coolest thing, but neither is my base at the moment. It's actually starting to get a little toasty over here. So just kind of have to keep an eye on that. But that's again why we're going down to the bottom, so that I can kind of get the plastics and whatnot, so I can build all the cooling stuff that I need. Because heat is actually going to become a problem. It's interesting that cold was a problem at the beginning, but now heat's like really coming in. Plus I have no way of kind of getting rid of most of this stuff over here without actually using boatloads of heat, which is going to come from these volcanoes. Well, I mean, at least on this side. You know, I wasn't expecting to build it like this, but I kind of like what I have going on. You'll see how this works in just a moment. The hydrogen will flow over here. You have a couple of pumps over there. That'll fill up a gas reservoir. That's going to be the oxygen side, and the hydrogen's going to be right over here. And I can go ahead and put that right over here. Boom, just like so. Which means I can continue to do that stuff. Just like that. Nope, I guess the whole idea is you don't actually want to get down there, do you? How's the traffic path? Oh, a lot of dupes are coming down right there, and that makes sense. Yet again, still very high traffic right here. Less so over here because, well, we're not doing as much there. We are doing a little bit more on the rock crusher, though. Good to have a couple of oxyferns over there. Keeps there to breathe in a little bit. Ooh, look at all that lime. Small poke shell molt into lime. Also do that again. Poke shell molts into lime. Make lots of lime. Be useful for steel. Let's take a look at our research. How we doing? Yeah, we got a few stragglers. The disease clinic or the hot tub or the surfboard. All right, yeah. I can see why I haven't really picked those up. Just rebuilding we're doing some road construction over here. Kind of moving the pole to the left just a little bit and also building up the ladder a little bit higher right here. So what we'll have here is a ladder, a fire pole, and then eventually we'll have a transit tube in here. All right, how you doing down here, dupes? Ooh, you're nearly done with this. Just a little bit more and you'll have it. Come on, critter eggs. I have to keep sweeping this area over here, trying to move all of these little shine bugs in here. I've done well at reducing this over here, which makes sense because we have the auto sweeper there, which I still have yet to move. But I have cleared out some area beneath it, you know. Just trying to clean things up a little bit. You know, I probably don't need this. Well, okay. I don't know. Maybe I don't. technically, I'm looking for chlorine there and hydrogen here, so I should be able to find that. I set to sweeping this area up, and my dupes have just been here for like several cycles. I guess I have a lot of stuff in that one spot. Got a little bit too much food here, so I'm going to have to mess around with that. Not a big deal. Alright, so now all I gotta do is come on over here and plug this in. There we go. Then that'll cycle around whatever gases we have there. And oxygen should find its way out. So long as I set that to oxygen. I'll have to kind of do some more filtering down here just to kind of get out different gases and whatnot, but that should work. And then I can knock that away and boom, I'd have oxygen. And then once all that gets set up, I can actually kind of change the pipes around a little bit and just take oxygen from here, boom, put it right there. Then I don't have to worry about it. Same sort of thing with the hydrogen, except I don't think I need that. How are we doing on our big old puddle over there? I think we're doing pretty good. I think that's been cleared out. Ah, that'll be nice. I can go in here and just deconstruct all of this. Don't need it anymore. And then, so long as we don't have this salt water messing me up, which I will take care of right now. We'll just kind of do this number. And we could just run the rest of this water out of here and call it done. Now, how are we doing over here, dupes? Wow, you guys haven't made any progress at all. What's up? Is it unreachable or something? No, you can do it. Oh, no, they're having issues with the ladders again. Okay. Oh, now they're doing it. This whole thing would go a lot faster if we just put a normal ladder right next to it. And then we can deconstruct it later. There you go, Meep. Super Meep? Dude, what? Ice Fox, can you help the guy out? He's coming up with some lumber. Nope, and then you drop it. Oh, blast. Wait, what? 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 Working as intended. Hey. Who's not taking care of the outhouse? We got a morb in our base. Burn it! There you go. Nyron. Jeez, who's scalding? Ice Fox! Well, I guess that makes sense. Ooh, it's a little warm up there, isn't it? Yeah. Time for some insulated stuff. Still moving all these shine bug eggs. And we're doing a little bit more research, just finishing that stuff up. What? Meep? How'd you get out of... What? Meep! The Atmosuit, dude! Cannon? I didn't even... No! Kenny! Didn't even notice. Rest in peace, Kenny. Here, we'll put your tasteful memorial right here. Oh, hang on. We're gonna put some power in there. Yeah, and there's not enough room for you. Sorry, Ken. Here, we'll just put you right there, you know, next to all the cots. That way we can just remember you every single day. You know, that's a lot of rot pile right next to a thing that shouldn't be rotting. Might have something to do with why you died. Pips, did you run out of power on purpose? What did Ken ever do to you? Yeah, so the issue is that I made a change to what the dupes could eat, and I have different setups on both sides. So what I actually need to do is start cooking stuff over here on the left. I mean, that would be nice, right? Oh, I don't have the fancy light bulbs mod installed. Oh well. We'll have to get that. Who made a mess now? Nyron! Oh, jeez, how'd you end up all the way over there? Alright. Just doing a little bit more housekeeping around here, sweeping things up, making things clean. Just layers of polluted oxygen in my base. Interesting. Very interesting. What? Shine bugs? How'd you end up over here? There's just shine bugs all over my base. Keep sweeping up the eggs. Little by little. How do we... What? Alright, let's focus back on what we're trying to do over here. Just trying to get the suit set up here. Ha! Look at what I'm doing over here. Fancy. If I remember it correctly, this should be a free energy filter. All I have to do is set it to 1 gram a second, and then a little bit of water will stay there, and everything else will just go. Let's see if it works. Take that, connect it, and And there we go. 1 milligram stays here. Ha ha. Alright, so now we need a little bit of power to run this stuff here. Fair amount of things involved in running all of that. How expanded is this grid? Enough to potentially explode. So, I'm going to need to run a different wire down there. Wolframite. Hey, we uncovered something new, finally. I feel like I spend this entire game mopping in this base. It's just like one mop after another. Uh-oh, there's a lot of water going on over here. Super Dupes heard me talking about mopping stuff, and they're like, hey, let's just find some spot to spill a bunch of water. What Dupes? Dupes, you look awfully guilty. You messed this up, didn't all of this. Oh, man, what am I gonna do with you guys? Oh, jeez. Oh, no. This stuff. I need you to do this stuff. Just dig it out. Clear this stuff. Ah! That faster animation mod that I have installed is actually coming in handy there. Or shall we say, it scales with the Dupe's ability. I decided to give it a try for today, just to kind of see how it worked. For the normal Dupes, doesn't seem to make much of a difference. For Super Meat, sure does. Alright, there we go. Oh, what a flood. More flooding. But you know what? At least it's flowing down here, which ends up in the tank. I mean, that's something. Careful, Super Meat. Careful, dude. Ah! Focus on the right side, dude. On the right side. There you go. Hey, there we go. Now, the electrolyzer is about ready to run. Awesome. But what I do need is a spot to get the hydrogen out of here. Which I guess is still going to all run through this pipe. See, that's probably going to just back up, though. But for filtering's sake, I have to do it. Let's take a look at the traffic. Ooh. Man, I got a lot of traffic going here. Oh, because of all the sweeping. That's what's up. This is a fun overlay. I like this. What do we got going on over here? Alright, now that's a nice big puddle. However, what I want you to do, now that we can safely do this, go down there. We'll set the rest of this to 8 above it. Alright, yeah, okay. Now, let's see those drains start working. And they're gonna kind of have a conflict, aren't they? Once we get different types of liquid on there, but for at least a little while, it'll be all salt water. But they're not stacking, my bad. There we go. Meep. Come on, Ice Fox, you got this. There we go, 300 grams, doing good. Hey, there we go. So now, we've got this thing up and running. This is below. Real nice. So now, we just need to get that gas working correctly in here. We gotta get that oxygen out of there. And then we gotta get this side clear too. So this will self-filter so that we just get hydrogen over here. And then over here on the left, we'll just get oxygen eventually. Just need to lock these doors so that my dupes don't go in there. Bacon Lord? Bacon Lord? Are you serious, dude? This dupe. He just wanted to sweep that up, didn't he? Fine. Sweep it up. But could you do me a favor and not lock yourself in next time? Alright, so now let's try locking the door. There you go. Much better. And there we go. That's self-filtering. Run it a few more times and this should be cleared out. Yeah, there we go. 100% hydrogen. Which now means I can let this run. Which means I should get oxygen. Oxygen's now finding its way out. Everything else is getting filtered. Because this is only ever going to be hydrogen, I might as well just take this now and run it in here. Which means I can go back and deconstruct those. So critically, this means we now have oxygen for the atmosphere dock, so we can make use of that. So what this means is I can just kind of wall this off right here and not allow the dupes to pass through here, so they have to pass through the atmosphere dock. And then they can go down here and dig all this stuff up. And then just keep digging down. And while you're at it, you might as well just kind of excavate this area. Maybe you're not in an atmosuit. Me, dude. How's the liquid filter thing doing? Oh yeah, that's working. I must not have any more filtration medium or something, because my base is slowly being overcome with polluted oxygen here. Hey, there we go. Nice, we can now see down a little bit further. This is different. This is refined aluminum. Huh. It does have a different style, that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, look at that, all nice and cleared out. Look at all this water flowing out of there. Beautiful, 1 kilogram per second. Not exactly the fastest thing ever, but you know what, it's filling up the bottles. And I mean, it's flowing out right there, which is great. Do a quick little bit of sweep in here, and then you guys will kind of plug this stuff up and start cooking all that good stuff. All right, so I think we're just about done for today, but let's go ahead and hit up the printing pod. And we have ourselves a Bubbles. Super Bubbles, welcome to the base. You do not get to go to the right. You only get to go to the left. Hold up, we're working on it. Just hold on, there you go. All right, so we loaded that game up real quick. And if we go down to the dupes, we'll edit Super Bubbles. You will have the skills of 500 apiece. Yes. Now, Mape, you're going to get a slight nerf here. You're going to go from 9,001 down to 900. You can't have too many super dupes. We do have to see things actually get done now and then. And the other mod I was playing around with today was better multi-tool animations. So when your dupes are low levels, the animation of pulling out their tool and using it was a little bit slower. And then as they get up to level 20, they kind of do the animations a little bit faster. So it kind of smooths out the transition between kind of a slower dupe and a faster dupe, because everything speeds up. I was just playing with that today just to kind of see how it would feel. And you know what? I like it. All right, Super Bubbles, show me what you got. There we go. Awesome. Oh no, all my dupes found. No, the doors. Uh-oh. Oh, geez. It reset all of the door permissions. No? It did it? How are you getting over here, dupes? My dupes are just ignoring the doors now. They just came over to steal stuff. Raided upon load. Dun 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 dun. Alright, how you doing down here, Meep? You still hanging in there? Yeah, you are. That's good. Let's just go ahead and crank up the priority down here real quick, see what else we can see down here. Alright, Meep. Finally made it into a new biome. I think this is officially the lower part of the map now. We can see we have jumping joyas down here. Oh, and gold. Ooh. We don't have gold amalgam, but, you know, that's kind of close. This map is surprisingly not easy in certain ways. Oil. Yes. Precious oil. Lead. Precious lead. We can rebuild everything, Meep. I hope you're ready for it. And because, yes, I want it. And I want it now. Give me the refined materials. Look at that. Gold. Oh, yeah. And we have slicksters. I can finally do something with all of this carbon dioxide. Plus, look at the heat down here. Very nice. And very toasty. Awesome. All right, finally, we can make some good progress. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. Have a great day. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out. What a week. I was up to like 4 or 6 o'clock in the morning, like all week, working my butt off. But, haha, boom, ooh, it's a thing. All right, so on to the comments here. Ultra Bubbles, well, you've just seen that is now a real thing. Super Bubbles, though. Forgetting about shine bugs. Some people were asking where all the shine bugs came from. It's just because I have a ranch with 7 bugs inside of them. You make them very, very quickly because their reproduction rate is incredibly high. So if you don't do anything with them, they end up all over your base very, very quickly. Cal is talking about using a smart storage, whoops, wrong one, smart storage for the exosuit forge when you're out of suits. So I think what you're trying to say there is try to make it so that it is continuous, but you're always trying to have one inside of there. So you'd always have a full rack of suits on the actual delivered, right? And then you have one extra for the next one you make. That's a good idea. But if you're not careful, you could end up just making continuous Atmo suits. But yeah, that would actually work out pretty good. But you'd have to have a timer to check that storage bin every day. Yeah, so the title was messed up in the last video. I guess I had too many browsers open. Saved one, not the other. I don't know. Jeremy says, how much do you think the physics/math affects the FPS on a PC versus the graphics? It is very, very... All the things that are happening in your game have a lot more to do with your CPU than the GPU. That's for sure. I've done enough bench tests to figure out that, yeah, it's very CPU bound. From a couple previous tests I've done, if I was to increase the core clock of my CPU by, let's say, 20%, I would expect 20% more frame. It actually runs really good on my laptop, which has an integrated graphics card. So it isn't so much about that. It's really just CPU. Now, of the things that actually affect what's going on, I feel like the amount of critters and pathing that was happening, that has a big effect. And things that are moving around, especially like conveyor heaters and transferring energies like that seemed to have a pretty large effect as well. Again, they've kind of been tweaking it as it's progressed, but various things that cause a lot of things to be calculated, a lot of things stacked on top of each other, tend to have a more dramatic effect. Not necessarily a bunch of stuff sitting in one spot, but just like... So you can kind of imagine as you layer in more and more things into like the same space, whether a dupe can path through there, whether you got a conveyor that's moving product through there, whatnot. That all seems to kind of add up over time. Jason is asking, can your shine bug reactor like fall apart if a dupe was to run across the door? Well, the thing is you lock the door so that the dupes don't accidentally go in there. But unless they were idle in that one spot, which sounds like something a dupe would do, they shouldn't be able to escape because there's no reason to go down there. And if you're even going to pick up the little eggshells, they will actually just reach down there. Should. But lock the door. Someone should make a pee tidal wave mod where dupes pee 2 million kilograms of polluted water. I have a pretty fun idea. We'll probably do it one of these days. Oh, Soulgate was saying here, hey Brothgar, another option for the glass is to put an element sensor on the pipe and then run that to a timers and then pick it up after it's actually cooled off a little bit. Yeah, that's a good idea as well. Regardless, you still have to kind of soak that heat away from whatever it's touching though. Whether that's air or a puddle of water. If you have a big puddle of water, it's not an issue, but you could end up with hot stuff easily. I mean, the glass forge does put it out pretty hot. And matter of fact, you can use glass inside of a metal refinery and have some fun with it. Ah, well, guess what? A heavy watt joint over a wire is not a mod. It actually is a bridge. You can run a wire underneath it. Kind of makes sense. Sweepy is a program, and programs don't like bugs. Ha ha ha! Theodore, that's a fantastic idea. A bioluminescence tube where the shine bugs can travel around and illuminate things. Yes, I like that. Oh, hang on. What if you just ship them on rails? No, you can't ship a critter on a rail. Is that part of a mod? I could imagine that would be something that would add a lot of lag to your game. Here's a bunch of decor constantly moving around your base. Meanwhile, the critters are dying of being too hot or cold. At any rate, that's all I got time for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. I'll see you guys Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.